Hello, my angels. How are you today? I really wanted to just jump on. Hi, angels. I wanted to jump on. You can hear my little one in the back saying hello, too. He's so sweet. I wanted to jump on really quickly and just say how loved you are and how important you are and how much your story matters. I was at a women's event last night speaking, and it was amazing to see how many different walks of life there were there and how we all connected. How one woman's story touched the whole room, but then, like there was a panel of women up there speaking, and I was up there as well, and how individually different we were, but how much we connected with everybody in the crowd. And I say this all the time, there's a difference between oversharing, and there's a difference between being there for people and using the pain that you've been through and using the hurt that you've been through for the greater good. And I just encourage you to be that light. I know it's hard. I know it's scary. I know, we want our lives to be private. I personally struggle with that. I understand, you want to keep things private and you don't want to stir the pot, or, whatever the case may be. There might be shame around the things that you've been through too. God is never going to put you through a season of your life that you are not going to A, make it through, and B, it be something that's shameful to share as a part of your testimony in your life to help other women around you. There's a reason why you went through everything you went through. I met an amazing woman. I'm going to talk about a couple of them. One of the women I met, she is a realtor here where I live. She specializes in helping military. And I thought that was amazing because she is a military wife, and she knows the struggles of everything that entails. And to take her and her pain of being a military wife, because it's not easy, think about it. She had, moved to, I think she said it was either Missouri or Mississippi, one of the sexiest states you could probably be in. And she gets there, and her husband leaves almost immediately to a new place, so she's in this new place with no friends and no family, and she's all alone. And what does she do? She builds. She builds for herself, and she builds for her family. She takes the situation that she is in, and she builds with it. She chose to look at life and say, I know I am going through this season. I get to build off of the situation I am in. Because what I see happening in most cases is people say, well, I can't do that because of XYZ. Well, I can't start a business, or I can't possibly do anything because my husband's not here, or I don't have any friends, or I don't have any support. What did she do? She went out and she found that support, and she got it, and she's extremely successful because of it. Another woman that was up there on the panel is she was a news anchor and also an entrepreneur, an inventor, and a survivor of breast cancer, which is remarkable. I'm going to drop everybody's things below here so you can check these women out for yourselves as well. But just like such amazing, powerful women that were taking what might look like dirty, ugly things and made it something beautiful, You might be in a season right now where you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. What am I doing with this? Why would God put me in this situation? Like, what do I do with this? You thank God for it, and you use it for the greater good. Because, babe, we live in a fallen world. The truth of it all is that we live in a fallen world. The devil wants you to think, oh, woe is me. I'll never amount to anything. I'll never have anything. It's not the right time. I don't have my husband here, or I don't have my health, or I don't, have others' approval, or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is that your limiting belief is, that is actually your superpower. And I learned that last night. That was really powerful for me. Every single woman that spoke at this event, they used their hurt, their whatever it is that they shared, and they turned it into something good. I had a woman ask me last night, and I'm probably going to get it wrong. I'm going to do my best here. But she said, whoa, what motivated you? Like, what kept you motivated? And I'm like, listen, it was do or die. It was do or die. It's personal for me. And you know what? I think it should be personal for you too. You are given this one beautiful life, and I pray that you don't make any excuses as to why you can't do anything. Oh, she's already doing that. That idea's already taken. Oh, well, there's a lot of competition. Oh, well, I don't, I want to lose weight first, or I want my hair done first, or, I need the perfect camera, or I need the perfect setting. The truth of it is this. If it is true to you and it matters to you, you should be putting that out. Because think about all the women that you are going to help in the process. Think about all those women, maybe even men, that need you to step into who God was creating you to be, for yourself, for your family, for your friends, and for the women in your community and extended community. I mean, I have people all over the world that I reach, and I heard for years that YouTube is stupid, or your voice doesn't matter. Yes, my love. Mom. You want to do it? I think they should do it too. I just wanted to hop on and just say, you are so loved. You are so important. And everything that you have been through is a tool. And use that tool for the greater good to make a change in this world. Because you know what? I'm going to call myself out right now. I remember years ago, this was 10, 15 years ago. I remember it was voting season. And my Mimi was like, don't forget to vote. And I was like, I'm one person. What am I really going to do? I'm one person in the mix of all this. What am I going to do? It doesn't matter. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not doing it. Because if most of you know me, time wasted is time never found again. You won't catch me dead wasting my time, baby. It is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I was like, that's a waste of time. I'm not doing it. I will never forget that moment. Because as I've gotten older, I realize, yes, I am one person, but I can make an impact. And if every one of us chose to rise up and to stand up for the things that we believe in, and to use our pain and use it for good, and encourage other women and other men, or whatever that looks like for you as an individual, we do matter. We matter. Our story matters. And it's good to share the things that you've been through. It's really, really important to share that. I last night shared I don't know why or how I shared this piece of information. I was blindsided by a question, which is totally fine. I am an open book. You guys know that. I'm here for any and all questions. Let's go. But I think the question was along the lines of what would little Shelby think of Shelby now? And I want to ask you the same question. What would little you think of you right now? Are they proud of you? What do they think about you? What would they tell you? And I think that was the question. What would little Shelby tell you right now? And I shared something very personal, and I'll share it with you as well. I said, I love my mother and I forgive my mother. She did the best that she could, and that's wonderful. But it still goes with saying that, she had problems. She was manic bipolar and an alcoholic and many other problems that were going on. And it was really scary for me. It was very confusing for me to go through that as a child. It was very confusing. I said, but when she wasn't manic, she would always tell me that you're a leader. You are a leader. You are not a follower. You are a leader. You are a strong woman. You're a strong individual. You are a leader. And don't you ever forget that. And my little self would tell me again in the moments where I'm feeling discouraged, I'm being bullied, I'm being made fun of, I'm being picked on, I'm being judged, if you guys only knew. I would love to share with you everything I'm going through, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but it doesn't matter. What matters is what are you telling yourself in these moments of discouragement where, again, we live in a fallen world. The devil wants you to pick yourself apart and not show up and crumble and not whatever. You have to pick yourself back up and tell yourself something. What are you telling yourself? I tell myself, you are a leader. you show up and you do it. Because I sometimes don't have the strength to do it for myself, but I will show up for you. You might not have the strength to show up for yourself, but you show up for your job, you show up for your kids, you show up for your family, you show up because it matters. You matter. You matter. You matter. You were never meant to settle. You were meant to rise. And I will remind you of that in every single video. I'm here to interrupt your programming too. I'm here to tell you, like, hey, wake up. You matter. Your story matters. Who cares if, Sally down the road has a, lipstick company and you feel like you're copying her, or you want to start a media company, but it feels so saturated. You know what? The right women in the right crowd will support you through every single thing. I have women in my field that I'm friends with that do the same thing as me, and I encourage it. I have women who I bring with me to these events to say, hey, if I can't handle this client, you take them. Whatever. There's enough pie to go around, babe. And it's important to think about and notice the thoughts that are going on in your head. Like, what are you allowing in here? Because your reality starts here. It starts right here. What are you allowing yourself to think about yourself? The truest thing about you is what God says about you. And you know what? I used to say this in every video. I'm not pushing God on you. I'm not pushing religion on you. Because I'm not. I'm genuinely not pushing that on you. But someone has to tell you. Somebody has to be the one to be bold enough to say to you, you know what? You are loved by your Creator. And the truest thing about you is what He says about you. And it's nothing but goodness. It's nothing but love. It's nothing but powerful things. And maybe you didn't get that love and that reassurance or whatever it is when you were a child, but welcome to the channel. I'm going to give you that love and that reassurance here. Because, it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 16 years old, 12 years old, 30, 40, 60. I don't care how old you are. You are still created. You're still here. You're still loved. You still matter. It's not too late. There's no such thing as it being too late. The world needs you. You're here for a reason. I encourage you, if you don't have a reason why, to find that reason why and to cling on to that reason why and do with it what you want, but make a difference in this world. Because yes, there's one of you, but think about all the women you're going to impact. Because I will say this, the biggest lie that I used to believe was, what impact am I really going to make? Why would I share my story? No one cares. Like, who cares? And you know what? Last night speaking at that event was tremendously eye-opening to realize, obviously we all have a story. We all have things that we have been through. And it is so important, as women especially, to share and to be supportive and to come together. Because, I've got to be really honest with you. I have seen some really petty woman stuff going on, honestly, my whole life. Like, it's not like once you're out of high school it stops, which is really sad. I'm here to uplift and support. And if you don't uplift and support, I honestly want nothing to do with you. Like, point blank. There's no hate, there's no animosity, there's no judgment, there's no nothing. But if you are not here to support other women and build them up, honestly, shame on you. Like, legitimately, like, shame on you. You should, yes. Like, that's sad. That's sad. Women are amazing. We are amazing. And it's amazing what we can do when we come together. I met so many amazing women last night. And if you're one of the women that were there last night, I'm so grateful that you were there. I'm so grateful that you had the opportunity to be there. What an amazing event that Lindsay put on with her friends. It was really remarkable. I pray that we keep doing it. I think that we will. I think we should do a podcast on it. I think this should be taken to the next level. I genuinely believe that women need women, and it's important, no matter what stage of life you're in, young, old, advanced, non-advanced, businesswoman, not businesswoman, whatever the case is, it's really important that we're here for each other and we give each other that encouragement. Because when you go out into the world, like, who's really giving you that encouragement? Like, When's the last time you had a woman come up to you, random woman, and be like, you are so encouraging to me. You are giving me that fire in my belly again, and thank you so much. Women need women, and that's just the fact of the matter. And if I didn't get to speak to you last night, or, you know, if you are just seeing this video on YouTube, or if you're seeing it on Facebook, or wherever you're seeing this video, I hope, like, maybe next time we can, like, live stream the event, or, you know, maybe tap into the podcast. If we could start a podcast with this, I think that would be really cool. It's definitely something I'm going to talk to Lindsay about. I think it would be amazing for women, you know, to have that extra support system. So anyways, I just wanted to pop on and just say, hi, hello, you are so loved. Obviously, I said that a million times. I'm so happy that I get to be, you know, in the position I'm in, to be able to go to these events, to speak to people. I'm so grateful that I have a voice to use, to be able to speak to you. I'm so grateful for so many things in my life. And, you know, for so long, I've been so quiet about everything. I'm so quiet sometimes, and I don't really share, you know, a lot of the things I go through, because it is kind of a lot. It's a lot. I realized last night, but the reason why I go through these things is that those are my weapons now. I get to use those things as weapons, as tools to help women feel seen and loved and accepted. And if I have to be at the forefront of these lessons, God bless. God bless. God bless it. I'm here. I'm here for it, you know? I'm here for it. I just, yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling. I hope you have the best day ever. P.S. Get you some. Get you some Alani, girl. This is my honestly, this is my favorite flavor at this point in time. But anyways, I love you with all my heart and soul. I hope to see you at the next event. I hope to, you know, see you in the comments at the next event. You know, I think, you know, she mentioned something about it being quarterly last night. I am going to keep my fingers and my toes crossed and do literally everything in my power. So basically it's happening. But I don't want to make any promises yet, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure we get a podcast going, because I am telling you, God did something last night. And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't an event based on God. It wasn't, you know, whatever it is. Yeah. But God did something. Yeah, we're going to get brother. God did something. Yeah. God did something in that room. He did something in that room, and it was very powerful. And I'm going to backpack off of that for as long as I can. Anyways, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.